Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to the channel. I am the Toy Chic, lover of all things pop culture, lover of movies, which I have a huge movie collection. And unfortunately, today is a sad day, as it will be the last time we talk about movie content like this on this channel. It just does not do good. No one ever watches it. So I will not be able to share this passion with me, at least this form. So we're going to go with a bang today. Last year, I posted a video, DVDs to Toys, where we played a fun little game with your DVD collection, or DVDs that you do have, seeing if you had a character or toy to represent one of those movies or all of those movies in your collection. It's very difficult to do, and this time it was even harder to do. I would not recommend playing this game. Last time I was like, play this game at home. Now I say do not play this game. It is super difficult. I've been staring at these movies every time I buy them, and they pile up in my living room, which now I need to organize them and put them away because they're taking up too much room. I have been acquiring these movies since the last DVDs to Toys, which when I looked was July of last year, so it has almost been a year, and a huge collection that has been acquired since then. There's about 340 movies sitting on this freaking table. We're going to blow through them very quickly, as there are 9 stacks, and from each stack we need to pull out one movie to represent something that had to do with that movie. There you go. It's really not that complicated, but definitely difficult to find things to represent, because a lot of these movies, there's no cartoons or toys or any of that stuff for it. So we will see what we come up with today. Follow along, have some fun, grab that popcorn. It's time to go to the movies. Alright guys, this is our first part. We're going to try to spin through these files in a minute or less, just highlighting some of the best. So let's get started. Very excited to find Ghostbusters Afterlife. Still need to see the new ones out in theaters now. Penelope with Christina Ricci, heartfelt movie. Very, very nice. All the Paranormal Activities, most of the Sauls. Wolf with Michelle Pfeiffer, looking awesome. Good Place, great show. Whose Line Is It Anyway? Better show. Idris Elba, awesome show. And Dark Shadow, shout out to LPH, my brother, they love that show. I just could not get into it. A lot of cartoons we got throughout this journey this year, and very excited for it. Yogi Bear there, Adam West Batman there. Anytime we can get DC movies or Pokemons to add to it, very, very excited there. Teen Titans, we got the original. Aquaman, we got the old school. Super Friends, old school. Justice League movies, new school, haven't seen those. Superman movie, Batman movie, old school Batman live action, never seen it. Thundercats, got most of those. And we should definitely be able to pick one of these from here, since I have toys of a lot of these genres. Number 2, Undisputed. Great series of movies. Frozen 2, haven't seen that. Another Batman movie there. The Strain, awesome. All the Final Destinations. King Kong classic. New horror movies, those are always fun to watch. A bunch of movies I have not seen. All the Turtle volumes now. We got Gummy Bears, Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Pink Panther and Aardvark, Totally Spies, Speed Racer, all the Ben 10s, Wolverine and the X-Men, which I haven't seen any of those. We got Garfield Show, New Thundercats, Daffy Duck, I watched that like 20 times. Teddy Ruxpin, that's weird, I watched that. Johnny Bravo, that won't fly nowadays. Turtles 2K3, that's pretty fun. Rainbow Bright, still haven't watched. Gem, amazing. Another Futurama. Kim Possible, What's New Scooby-Doo, and Silverhawks. Yo, there is nothing but bangers in that set. I'm so excited I got all of them. Number 3, all the G.I. Joes, Centurions. This movie's hilarious, wouldn't fly today. This movie is old, still good today. Most of the Clint Eastwood movies there. Also for that, Nightmare Before Christmas, classic. Butch Cassidy, classic. Love the ending. Halloween Town, got all of those. Sicario's good. Event Horizon, good horror. Hitman's Bodyguard, hilarious. Just Friends, hilarious. A lot of Ryan Reynolds movies in here. Old Boy's awesome. Most of the Puppet Master movies. Chef is amazing. In the Days is amazing. This movie's worth watching at least once. Weird Cartoon, Smoking a Bandit, never seen it. Cannot wait to see this one. Most of the Leprechaun movies, that just looks interesting. Don't know what it is. The Guest is good, Savages is good, and Jungle Cruise is also entertaining. Starting off strong, Tim Curry, the original It, Smile, can't wait to watch that horror movie. Thunder the Barbarian, fantastic. Justice League Black and White, fantastic. Let Me In, awesome new horror movie. That one's great. Flight of the Living Dead, that one's horrible. Oz, the second one, that one's entertaining. More Insidious movies to add to all the ones I need. The Witches, Jim Henson at its finest. Terrifying. Descent, great horror movies there. Wolf on Wall Street, Hello Margot Robbie. I have pretty much most of the Trimmer movies. They're ridiculous. Idiocracy, that's real life now. We got Monster Squad, Flintstones, Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. I'm pretty much getting all the Rock movies, so let's get my collection up on that. Friday the 13th, all those ones. Jungle Book original, Inglorious Bastards, Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson, amazing. Thelma and Louise, good movie. James and the Giant Peach, I do not like that movie. Magnificent Seven, I like this movie so much I bought it twice. Another Dwayne Johnson movie, Tarzan, and I love Oculus. I watch this all the time. Fraggle Rock, Kung Fu, and Buck Rogers. All the Spider-Mans on one, all the new Spider-Mans on one, all the Transformers, Train to Busan, amazing zombie movie. Mimic, the first one I used to watch all the time. Can't wait to watch the second one. Act of Valor, great military movie. Monster House, great Halloween movie. All the Ip Mons on one. Evolution's amazing. Grizzly Man's amazing. We're going to just pass over that. Have all the James Bonds now. All the Bruce Lees now. Godzilla vs. King Kong. 94 Iron Man show complete there. Akira, classic anime I've never seen. Secret World of Arrietty, awesome Studio Ghibli. Fast 9, have all those now. Megan, we got there. Rampage, another Dwayne Johnson. The original V series. Repo Man's amazing. Donnie Brasco with Johnny Depp's amazing. And a Viking movie with Mads Mikkelsen I never knew existed. 6, a lot of good Conjuring Universe movies here. Annabelle Creation is a good one. Bring It On is an amazing one. Pretty much most of the Terminator movies deliver us from evil. Good horror movie. Great Pumpkin Patch. Great movie. Greatest game ever played. Great movie. Uncharted. That's a fun movie. I like to get all the Goosebump shows. They're corny. The score is amazing. Ronin is amazing. Banditas is amazing. I used to watch this all the time as a kid. That's a spicy material in this one. This one's good for the eyeballs. Daredevil on Netflix, amazing. All the Nightmare on Elm Street, the new one. I love 2 through 4. Two Guns is awesome. The Mist is good. Ernest Scared Stupid's good. Final Girl's amazing. Stigmata, fun fact. The Cell with Jennifer Lopez and Stigmata, first DVDs I ever bought. All the Hellraisers now, all the Teen Wolves now, Bullet with Steve McQueen, classic, and Michael Keaton horror movie White Noise, still creepy today. Number 7, all the Lethal Weapons, more screens to add to the collection. Walking Dead final season, still need to watch that. All the Pirates, Wolfman's awesome, Elvis, X, Black Hole, haven't seen any of them. Another Bring It On, love those. The Cave's a fun watch. All the new Hobbits, like those. Classic Fantastic Four, that's the only one that matters. The Town's a good movie. Armed in the Darkness is a great movie. Vanishing Point, classic car chase movie there. Long Came Spider, classic Morgan Freeman movie there. Dolph Lundgren Punisher, probably should watch it once. Idle Hands, don't watch that one at all. Excited to see Black Phone, another Dwayne Johnson movie. Haywire with Gina Carano's amazing. Gracie, I love this Exorcist movie, watch all the time. And a movie called Air with Daryl that sounds amazing. A lot of classics in pile number 8. We got all the Chucky's Outer Limits. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Excited to see Crawl finally. We got Ford vs. Ferrari. We got Focus. All the Fridays. Imaginarium's interesting to watch. Cat Returns, one of my favorite, I think, Studio Ghibli. Safe House, Notorious Betty Page, good. The Happening, probably M. Night Shyamalan's only good movie. Top Gun 2, amazing. Kick-Ass, I think I saw the second one in one of the other files. Toxic Avenger 2, that's going to be ridiculous. Money Train with all these classic guys from back in the day. Outbreak, a new Resident Evil I've never seen. The Gate, classic 80s movie. Tangled, amazing. Snatched, amazing. The Patriot, man, a lot of good old movies. And lastly, we have a lot of TV shows which complete my sets at home. I love watching TV shows all the time. So here we go. G.I. Joe Renegades, which is really fun actually. Power Rangers, Supergirl, Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, have all those now. Friends ones I was missing, have all those now. Monsters, I've watched this so many times since I got it. I absolutely love it. 70s Show, have all those now. Family Guy, 30 Rock, Rizzoli and Isles. It's I have all those now. It's a weird thing. I like that show. Shogun. I haven't seen the new one or the old one, but I can't wait to watch it. Jessica Jones. Who remembers Alex Mack? Did not age well. Addams Family Original did age well. Muppet Show. Amazing. Californication and I Dream of Jeannie have all of those now. All right, that was a lot of movies. Hopefully you guys saw some in there that maybe you want to go check out. It's okay if you didn't, because we're going to show off the pile here, and you can pause it and take a look at which ones that maybe you want to write down and check out in the future. But for the first pile and our first choice, we selected DC Super Friends, the old school cartoons. So many of these cartoons came out back in the day of same kind of the animation style and whatnot. So we do have the Super Friends. This is volume 2. There's obviously volume 1. There's Superpowers, which they had the toy line of as well. So a lot of these characters pretty much ran throughout all those shows. This one I think is when the Wonder Twins came in, and then it got a little bit too campy. It wasn't as good as the first couple seasons. So to represent for the Super Friends, we do have the boy Wonder himself, Robin, like he popped right off the screen into to your guys' hearts. This was the figure I had growing up, our Robin, pretty much throughout the whole time, up until Batman Returns, when the flat top Robin came out, but I was still pretty much using this guy for quite a long time after that. I mean, this figure was released in the Superpowers line, which is very expensive. Pretty much all those figures, and hard to get. Slight differences were made when this line was rebranded from Toy Biz, coming out as DC Superheroes in 1989. These came on that gold card back to match your 89 Keaton line of figures that were coming out for the first movie. Here's a picture of those figures that were added in there. A lot of them are repaints or little updates from the Superpowers line, as well as some new characters that were added to that line. So I do not have the Superpowers Robin, but we do have the Toy Biz version. My version growing up, love this figure. And our number one choice for pile number one. All right, pick number two. These movies are hard to go through, just FYI. Getting any of the live action stuff, they don't make toys for this stuff. This stuff is hard to pick. I had to scrap and scrape to pick out winners for this dang thing. So who do we pick? Another classic from our childhood. We're talking about 1986 Centurions, man. I was excited when I actually found this DVD because anytime you find the old cartoons, it's always really awesome. And I don't even remember like watching that many episodes of this when I was a kid. I think I had the green guy at one time, which I really, really want. He's like Burt Reynolds or whatever. He's awesome. But these figures are expensive. And who do we have to represent the Centurions but the man on the cover himself, Ace McCloud, baby. Here he is right here. Look, there's a picture he stood for before we took this photo and started filming or whatnot. So these figures come with a ton of accessories, which I have none. I got this figure at the thrift store for $5 in a bag of figures. Very, very clean condition. He's really awesome. But I like to have a figure to represent from every toy line that's been released in the toy box, a little toy world that occurs when I'm not around. But I mean, if anyone to represent, he's got one of the best names, Ace McCloud. Yeah, that name's dope. So yeah, here we go. Pick number two, Centurions. I haven't even seen all of this. Definitely, this is the only thing that was released, miniseries. Didn't do too crazy, so the line didn't do too crazy, but Centurions, they're awesome, love them. Odd scale too. I mean, look how big this dude is in compared to the Robin. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, pick number three. And we did not go with the cartoon this time. We went with the live action, and we went with the classic. We're talking about King Kong, the original. Not that new stuff, although new one in theaters. Awesome movie. And we did check out some other ones today. I can actually see Godzilla vs. Kong. The first one is sitting right there. But we're talking about the classic one right now with the sexy lady on the cover, which I do not have an action figure of. Because why the hell would they make that? But we did make an action figure of the man himself, Kong. Here he is. You know, that looks exactly like him from the movie. It is not, because this is, I believe, not a licensed figure. It's probably a knockoff. I'm thinking it's based off of the 1985 line by Imperial, who made a gorilla figure, which is basically like a Kong figure. The head on it is different, but the body and whatnot are the same as the Imperial one. So I think it's a knockoff from that. There's no dates or anything on it. This was in a bag, again, from the thrift store, with some Godzilla stuff for nothing. And I could give this away. This thing is awesome looking. It's blue face. Absolutely killer. It's got that old vintage style to it and whatnot. So super, super cool. Pick number three. Kong coming through. Yes. Our next movie here. Another live action. And one you should definitely approach with extreme caution, because this series is bonkers, to say the least. We're talking about Toxic Avenger. This is part 2. And I believe there's like maybe 4 movies in this series. This movie, fun story. I sent the first part of this out as a gift to the wonderful channel Open by Chance, one of the great YouTube channels out there. And they already talked about forever. They wanted to watch it. Very excited. I had warned them several times. It's very extreme. They wanted to watch it. They did not get through the movie. Dude, this movie has, I'm telling you, there's stuff in there that you never see. It's not good. It's so crazy. It is crazy. And I've never seen the second one, so I don't know. But they did make 4. So obviously some idiots wanted to keep watching them. So we got to check these out. They don't pop up very often. And who do we have to represent this? But the Toxie himself. We're talking about the amazing Playline from 1991 by Playmates. Is Toxic Avengers, based off of the cartoon of Toxic Avengers of the same name. Obviously Toxic. I'm sorry. I'm getting them mixed up. Toxic Avengers, the real action. Toxic Crusaders is the cartoon, which is also a really, really awesome cartoon. Mini cartoon, didn't have too many episodes. Definitely check that one out as well. The toy line, absolutely amazing. Love everything about it. They're pretty pricey to get. But They also do have the new line, these same kind of figures with new modern updates, a little bit, paints and stuff like that. I believe it's by Trick or Treat Studios, so you can get Toxie and whatnot now for a lot less to add to your collection with some glow-in-the-dark features, just like his little friend here. So he's going to be our representative for the Toxic Avengers. Again, guys, if you watch any of these movies, go with extreme caution. They are very, very pushing the limits, if you will. All right, next up from the amazing Netflix show coming back to us, brought to you by Disney Plus in the future, so you know it's going to be all downhill from there. But we're talking about the original Daredevil on Netflix. Dude, any of these Netflix shows, The Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all those shows were also really, really good, but Daredevil was definitely the best. And who do we have to represent that but the man in red? Show your devilish self right now. Should we go with, well, we have this one right here. This is from 1990. This is going to be Toy Biz? Marvel superhero. So, I mean, back in the day, Toy Biz was killing it with all the franchises they own. That would never happen nowadays. So anyway, we have this one. They came on the silver cards. They do with the retro style Marvel Legends now. So we have our little, I think he came with a little stick as well. Did he come with a stick? Because his hands are just closed. He looks like a Flash figure that was repainted to be there. So there's our figure. But, you know, we need one who's gritty. He's grizzled up. What about the version from 1984? We're talking about that Secret Wars original Daredevil. This is my childhood one as well, but this one, obviously, he went through the ringer. This is when he got in a fight, beat up a ton of people at the end of the season, and he's like nice and bloodied now everywhere. So this is what you get. This figure is this figure to get clean is very difficult. The red bleeds on the face constantly, so to get one that's really clean over time, the red becomes very sticky and whatnot on these figures. So getting these old ones to last is definitely a little fun. So yeah, there we go. 2 versions to show off of Daredevil 1990, 1980s. There you go. Netflix Daredevil show. Go check it out if you haven't. Fun fact, I haven't actually finished this series, so I don't know what the heck happens. Whoa. All right, so up next for whatever number we're on, because I actually forgot. Just grabbed the one off the pile we haven't done yet. But another classic for us 90s kids growing up. You either love it or hate it. It's not one of my favorites, but everyone likes the first version. We're talking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the 90s. Who didn't like the original Power Rangers? This is Season 1, Volume 2. I have the first volume, so I just pretty much need the first season of the Rangers. My brother was way into Power Rangers more than I was. But definitely if you're going to check out some, you want to have the first originals. And who do we have to represent for the Rangers today? Bring up Bandai's Green Ranger from 1994. These are the Automorphers. I had all the Rangers. But I only got out the Green Ranger, a.k.a. Tommy, a.k.a. the White Ranger, a.k.a. the best Ranger, baby. These are Automorphers. Let's see if... Oh, wait. You gotta take... There you go. Hang on. Okay, bam! It's morphin' time! And he's in there. So, very, very cool. He's the best. I love him. I have the white one, too. But the White Ranger ain't on the cover of this. These, I do believe, were my brother's. Like I said, he had them all. Bandai also released, like, a bigger version, maybe like an 8-inch version, or maybe a little bit bigger than that Centurion that we showed earlier. But they didn't have the morphin gimmick. They would just have articulation and legs and whatnot. But these, the smaller ones, the action figures were smaller. So these are, like, the quintessential Power Rangers when we had growing up, as well as some of the movie ones with the shiny metallic and whatnot. So those are cool too. So up on here, what are we at? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is 6. So pick number 6. Tommy coming through, baby, saving the day once again. All right, up next, we chose a hard one, and maybe a movie that a lot of you guys definitely forgot about. And we're talking about Oz by Disney. I don't know when this came out, but it's more current. I believe it's supposed to be like a return to Oz from like the original one. It has James Franco in there. I remember this movie actually being pretty good. I didn't mind it too much. It was before Disney got like too crazy. But who knows? Maybe I watch it and go back through it. I'm like, oh my god, they started back then. But who do we have to represent? But man, pure evil itself, right there. The Wicked Witch of the West, baby. There she is. 1974 Mego, Wizard of Oz, the original. She's missing her little shoes and her broom, which I do have a shoe in the broom somewhere. But yeah, there she is. There was a few characters released in that series in the 70s, so if you're looking to pick up any of them, they're not too expensive. They also did re-release these in the new Mego style of figures that have come out and went on clearance at Target years ago. So you can probably see these figures flooded on eBay for super cheap, especially if you're looking for some accessories. Although they won't be vintage. But she, after she got crushed underneath of the house, she lost her shoes, so she's without them right now. But there we go to represent our next pick, 1974 Mego, Wicked Witch of the West. She's fantastic. We love it. We love it. And maybe I might love this movie if I watch it again. We'll see. All right, guys, and coming down to our last few picks. For this one, we went back to the cartoons, and not really a classic cartoon, but maybe something you remember from the 90s when Marvel was putting out all the cartoons after X-Men and Spider-Man stole our hearts. They're like, let's just make every character we can. We're talking about Iron Man, the 1994 series, when Iron Man was a blimp in our imaginations. We did not like him as a character. They had all the cartoons during this time as well, like I was saying. Captain America, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer. Crap, there's more of them, I'm sure. I don't think Thor got his own. I think he was just in the shows. Anyway, there's a lot of them. And this one is not good. I tried to watch this, and maybe it gets better on the second disc, but man, is it cheeseball. The villains are stupid. There's 3D animation mixed in with the normal cartoon animation when a suit goes on. It's not very, very good. Not very memorable villains for Iron Man. But yeah, this series, it doesn't come up very often. I had to pick it up. I thought it'd be good because some of the 90s shows are pretty campy but enjoyable. This one is not. So what version of Tony Stark do we have to represent today? We're going back to the original classic, and that is 1984 Tell Secret Wars. Iron Man, we showed off Daredevil earlier. That was on accident. I didn't mean to have two Secret Wars figures showing off today, but anytime I can show off a Secret Wars character, I'm going to, because this is the top line. This is the one I had growing up. I've got to make a video showing you guys the collection of that one day. But, and there's Iron Man toys that came out before this. I believe the Mego one might even be the first Iron Man figure, but this is the version we have to represent today. It's not the same outfit. That's a different Mark armor, and I do not know. Comment below if you know which Mark armor this one is. It's from the 90s, so I don't really know all of those ones. But I do know this one right here. If you guys had this toy line growing up, Marvel Legends fans who were looking for the originals or who had them, let me know who your favorite figure was. I would like to know. So thank you, Tony, for coming through and saving us from MODOK and the Mandarin. Always getting into pickles together. All right, who's next? All right, rounding it off for our last pick, number 9. I think I picked a good one. This is a movie series that will be coming out in the future, also by Disney, and they will also be destroying it because this is a classic. And if rewatched nowadays, super campy and actually really, really fun. We're talking about Fantastic Four, the original good Fantastic Four movie we saw growing up. There's so many different versions of this, cartoon-wise or live action, and they're always horrible. I think this show is really, really fun. I watched it a couple weeks ago, the second one, Silver Surfer one as well. And they're campy, they're fun. Jessica Alba is Invisible Woman, it's ridiculous. The chemistry between her and Mr. Fantastic, the chemistry between them all actually is really, really good. And, I mean, this is just a fun movie. Funny enough, Kevin Feige also worked on this. But who do we have to represent the original superhero family, the American family that we remember growing up? Toy Biz, baby, 1994, 95-ish. They had a Fantastic Four line kind of going along when the Iron Man show was out. There was a Fantastic Four cartoon as well. And these are the figures to represent. We have Mr. Fantastic. We have Invisible Woman in her transparent form. Very, very cool. One of the best figures I still think made till today. Here he is right here. This figure used to play with my turtles, Spawn, all that. This is a great thing. There's also another version that's a little bit bigger, but he comes with a trench coat. Love that figure. Gotta have the trench coat army. And the best figure from this line, which I love this gimmick on any figure, we're talking about the Human Torch with spark effect. Look at that. Boom, boom. That is, oh man, look at the little smoke coming out. That's just dope. Yeah, I love this figure. Very, very cool. Mr. Fantastic's got the little stretchy skin. Don't want to go too crazy on his arms because you'll probably rip him after all this year. But he still is really, really cool. This is a nice little gaggle of superheroes right here. Love it to represent our Fantastic Four. You know, who loved this movie? Let me know. You know, who's your favorite character from the Fantastic Four? And do you have any hope for the one in the future? So that was a nice little last pick on that one here. Man, did we check out a lot of movies today? It is going to be a headache to put all these dang things away. But hopefully I picked out some good figures to show off, representing the wonderful little game that we played. If you guys want to try to play this game at home, do so at your own risk. It's a freaking headache. But it was really fun to do it with you guys today. I always love talking about movies and toys. I mean, who doesn't? They're two of my favorite things. But we won't be doing that too much on this channel anymore. So thank you guys for sitting through our last round of movie talks. It's just... more movies will be added to the collection, and so who knows, maybe one day we'll talk about it again, but maybe you guys got to see some that you would like to check out in the future. So thank you for checking out this video today, and if you got some value out of it, please hit that like button. Until next time, guys, love to see you here. I'm the Toy Chic, mad love, geek out. See you guys soon.